This collector on the corner. What I'm going to show today is lapping valves on a cylinder head. This cylinder head here it would work on an H, but it's made for a Super H, 300, 350, that sort of thing. Anyway, I've cleaned it up real good, and I'm down to the last exhaust valve. I've done lapped them with the coarse. On these deals, you got two sides. One side's your coarse and one side's your fine.
Oh, okay.
And I'm almost done with this valve, except for the last valve. I need to put the fine on this last exhaust valve, number 4 cylinder.
All righty. You think that'd work on my face?
No, but I'll get some from this one.
No, I mean for like making it softer, because it says it's for making it fine.
Put a good layer of that compound on there. And I'll stick it down this hole. Line the valve up. Can you hear it?
I hear it. Are you trying to start a fire?
No.
Like the Boy Scouts?
Well, that'd work. But I'm just wanting to...
Clean it?
Yeah, this last seat, be sure it's going to seal.
All righty. How's it
Okay.
look?
Now I got something clean to wipe it off.
Oh, Nelly Bozo.
This engine was running good, but it's burning oil.
Oh, okay.
And when I tore it down, I didn't like the looks of the intake valves. Somebody ground them and the edges was thin. And I just don't like that. You want to get all that compound out of there. I'll clean that up a little better later. Put that back on my board.
Okay. See,
Okay.
Don't lose track of it.
I've got a variety of valve spring compressors and stuff. There's one right there I'm going to use on this, but I got a bunch of them. And this here's a valve for a regular H. And here's a valve out of this engine. There's a difference. But anyway, what I'm going to do,
What
I've got them front ones
are
already
you
cleaned
gonna
up.
do?
Let me get a couple springs.
Boy, howdy, you need a whole handful of stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you dropped one.
I know. I had my hands full.
Yes, you
Okay. The regular keepers looks just like this.
did. 2 circles.
But on these engines, on the exhaust, it's got a rotator.
Oh.
See how it's made?
Yeah.
It's got little springs in there, and every time that valve goes down, it turns a quarter turn.
Oh.
Quarter turn, quarter turn. But that's the way these work. So we'll start out with the exhaust. This is intake, this is exhaust.
Okay.
I'll get her in there. There you go.
Oh, yay!
There's the valve spring compressor.
Whoa, why is
I
it so...
hope I may have to reset it.
Why is it so big?
That's what it just needs to do. An exhaust valve gets a rotator.
Uh-oh.
Not all of them's that way. Get over here where I can get at it.
I'm going to have to get out of your ways because you're getting me. Uh-oh. I'll quit laughing at you.
I need 3 arms. Besides, just one ain't working so good.
Yeah, I know. The one...
ain't on the valve.
Well, you're not as young as you once was.
I've got it adjusted too much.
I know there's a song about that.
I said I might have to adjust on it a little.
Uh-huh.
Once I get the person, it'll work easier.
It will? How come?
Because it just does. There it goes.
Oh, yay!
Now, got two little keepers.
I know, those two little doohickeys.
Yep, wedge-shaped keepers.
Yep.
One there.
And one on the bottom.
One there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it didn't hold.
Uh-oh.
One of them slipped.
Uh-oh.
I felt it. Now it's holding.
Okay.
That's correct.
Yay!
Now for the intake,
Uh-huh.
it don't get a rotator.
Don't
But
get
see, I got brand new intake valves.
I know, them look pretty.
Yep.
Them look pretty. Oh, it gets a spring too, huh?
Yep.
And one of those doohickeys. Okay, I guess I'm... Nope, you're not on it. Scooch over. There you go. Oh, boy, howdy. And you got to put keepers on it, too?
Yep, they all get keepers.
Oh, okay.
See?
All right.
And you just keep doing that till you get them all in.
Yay.
Put together. And what I use a lot of times to clean stuff with
Uh-huh.
is ladder fluid.
Lighter fluid.
Yeah. But I need to clean that up real good. Be sure. You don't want any of that valve grinder grit in your motor when you put it together.
Yes, because
But I've got them on the board there.
Uh-huh.
I had my springs on there, but I got them all mixed up, so I don't think it'll make any difference. But anyway,
I'm not laughing.
I got numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 on that board. You can barely read it. I've used that a lot.
Yes, you have.
And I've got a whole pile
Uh-huh.
of different kinds of valve spring compressors for flathead engines.
Wow.
Good supply of this valve
Wow.
grinding compound.
Wow.
I got a brand new one of them.
Wow.
Suction cups that's littler.
Yes, it's tiny.
That's for 1-cylinder motors.
Okie dokie pokey.
And there's another one.
Oh, boy.
But anyway,
Uh-huh.
over the years, you'll
You'll what?
accumulate a lot of stuff when you get to be my age.
And then what happens? Does your wife sell it on you?
Well, anyway.
Does she wait till you're not looking and then she sells it on you?
Nah, you don't do that.
Do you want me to?
No, not till I die.
I
You do it
don't.
at my estate auction.
I don't want you to do that. I want you to.
Well, I'm still playing with this stuff.
I know.
Okay, that oil pump on that H, I pulled it off.
And what happened?
Here it is, the base of it.
Uh-huh.
There's a little rag right here.
Oh, sorry, darling.
I don't know if you can really see that,
Uh-huh.
but the gear is worn down that base. See, I can catch my fingernail on that.
Yes, I see.
And what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to fix that,
Grind it to a pulp.
no, I got a piece of glass
Oh.
right there.
Yes.
I'm going to lay a piece of wet sanding paper
Uh-huh.
on there. Wet dry sandpaper.
Uh-huh.
And I'll start out with probably 320 and finish up with 600.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to do that.
Oh.
And I'll keep sanding on that. That's cast iron. I'll keep sanding on that till that's smooth. All the way across, and you don't see, it's shiny all the way over.
Can't you just drag it behind the car for a while?
Yeah, it wouldn't be Very precision. But what that'll do for me,
Yeah.
that'll take the slack out of them gears where they're worn. See, it's worn down in there.
Yeah, I see it.
That lets it bypass. Well, it had a little thin gasket on it. I'll put it together without a gasket. As long as I can put it together without a gasket and torque it down, it'll still turn by hand. It's not too tight.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fine. I've did that with oil pumps lots of times when an engine didn't have much oil pressure to do. Sand the base plate down. I've even sanded the pump bodies down and sanded each end of the gears before. And worked them over. But, you know, oil pump, buy a new oil pump, yeah, you can do that. I'd pay more for oil pump than I give for that tractor. I only give $100 for that tractor. I don't want to spend $120 plus taxes on it.
You don't want to have a $220 tractor?
Well, it ain't going to increase the value. All I want to do is have oil pressure.
Well, just put a ton of oil
I
in
ain't
it.
messed with the bearings yet because if I got some plastic gauge, I don't know where it's at.
I didn't know we were
So I'm
talking
gonna
about.
I'm gonna go to the parts store and get me some plastic gauge, and I'm gonna take them bearings down, look at them. If they look good, I'm gonna tighten them back up, torque them, measure that plastic gauge, see how many thousandths clearance I got. And if they're within limits, I won't mess with them.
Okay, I have a question. What's a plastic gauge?
It's a little piece of plastic string. And you take a little bit and you put on your crankshaft, you tighten your bearing back down, and it flattens out. And then you take that piece of paper and it's got measurement deals you can lay it against there, and if it's as thick as this piece, you got so many thousandths clearance. And the flatter you make that plastic gauge, that means the tighter your bearings. If the plastic gauge don't flatten out enough, your bearings is too loose or your crankshaft's worn.
Oh, still don't know what you're
But
talking about.
anyway, but somebody wanted me to show how to do a valve job. And what I do, I soak them old valves in diesel. And then I take them in there on the wire brush on the electric motor, on grinder. And I wire brush them all off, clean them up real good.
Goody, goody, goody.
Anyway, and then I clean all that up as best I can.
I see.
I've really got this head cleaned up good enough to suit me.
I don't know. There's a little bit of, looks like you could dig that out right there.
That's just rust, a little rust.
No, looks
Won't hurt
like
anything.
carbon or something.
Oh, right there, a little carbon.
Yeah.
Now I can see it now. Yep,
yeah,
there's a little
see?
bit of carbon.
Carbon, I told you.
Yep. I'll have to chip that off with
Yeah, you're going to have to get
Take
that. You're gonna have to get
screwdriver or something, gouge that out of there.
You need to put your glasses on, Blindo.
Well, I don't see as good as I did. As evidenced by backing into a tree the other day.
George,
I got a lot of stuff.
George,
I got a lot of
George
stuff
of the
going
jungle.
on.
Watch out for that tree.
I cleaned up some 24-inch rims and primered on them. There's one here and one there. And I
Yeah,
got
but
this
that's still
24
not
inch
as
tower.
funny as you backing into the tree.
Other than rims.
George,
And over here,
Georgie,
go over here, tractor, little honey.
Georgie. Boy, it's chilly out here.
What I got here
Right.
is a 1951 Inferno block.
Uh-huh.
I got the main caps to it and everything. And that's a good block. And I got a guy on Facebook. I got an ad on Facebook that's wanting this block. So I've got it out here ready for him to come inspect it and take it and fix his tractor.
All
And
right.
this is the only extra Inferno block I got. When I sell this, and I won't have one to sell.
Uh-oh.
Now I've got two good H blocks.
Uh-huh.
And they're the same way as this. They're stripped all the way down, cleaned up, been power washed where you can look them over real good.
Goody.
But as far as I can tell, I've looked that over from one end to the other, and I ain't found a crack or anything that's not usable in it. And I didn't take my electric sander and sand the top of that block, none, because once you do that, it starts to rust.
Right.
One of the sleeves already been pulled out of this block. The other 3 sleeves still in it, but it need new sleeves and everything. But I just wanted to show that block.
Okie dokie.
And that motor that head's going on, that's the little tractor Debbie calls a work bull.
Yeah, the work bull.
It's a 300 industrial. It's in the shop.
And I could drive it and use it, and that's why you tore it apart, because you're like, it was smoking a little bit.
It was smoking a lot.
Oh, it was just smoking a little bit.
Oil.
I could have went uptown and killed skeeters with it.
Anyway,
but it don't matter. I could drive
it's smoking as bad as that chimney over there.
It don't matter, because I could drive it.
But Debbie could drive it. She liked that little tractor.
And
she drove it in the hayfield.
And you know I'd clean up around here. That's why you fix it where I couldn't drive it. You mean
I bought a new set of rings and gaskets for it.
30 years ago.
And I was going to put rings in it. Well, almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I tore it down and was going to put them rings in it, and the sleeves was all pitted. And what it'd been a motor that had been stuck. And somebody had freed it up.
Yes'm.
And you could put rings in it, wasn't going to do a bit of good. So now I bought a set of sleeves and pistons. And the sleeves wouldn't fit in the block because it needed some machine work done on it. And I was going to have to take that block out and go somewhere. But I happened to be at a Billy Sexton auction and looked in there, and there was a Precision Home.
Precision.
At that auction.
Ooh, that sounds
It's
precise.
different than a regular home, and it hardly been used. It had some sets of stones with it. It's all in the case, and it hardly been used, and some of them stones had never been used.
Holy moly.
So I got in there.
Somebody bought something they didn't need, like you.
No, I got in there and got that Precision Home, and I honed that block and honed on that block till I made them sleeves where they fit.
Oh.
So I've got the new sleeves to fit. And I've been cleaning up in it. I got a whole bunch of junk around it. I might have to move where I have room. But me and Debbie's fixing to put it together. I'm going to put the sleeves in.
Man, you were fixing to put it together?
Yeah, I'm going to put the sleeves in and put the rings on the pistons, and I'm going to lay underneath there. And she's going to take the ring compressor and take the hammer handle and tap them pistons down to me like she used to do back in the day.
I might.
Because that's her tractor.
I might put a little tannerite in there and see what happens.
But anyway, we're gonna get that 300.
Make it go kablowy.
But she liked it. It's got a wide front end.
Yes, I did.
And it don't have the original seat. It's got a bigger seat on it where 2 people can sit on it.
I know.
But
I could take it to Walmart.
when we was baling a lot of square bales of hay, we'd hook a trailer behind that, and Debbie would haul hay. Drive that around the hayfield.
God, that was a million years ago.
I know. We was a lot younger then.
Jeepers creepers.
Instead of baling about 100 bales of hay, I was baling hundreds of bales of hay.
Oh, man.
I was feeding 16 horses, and I don't know how many cows.
Yes, and how did you manage to get 16 horses?
Traded
I told you none.
It's kind of like chainsaws that they come to me.
Well, you know what? Why don't you have a maid come to me?
Anyway,
And I'll have me a maid.
Oh. But
Actually, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. So if there's any sugar daddies out there, just let me know.
So that Debbie's little work Bulll 300 utility's been sitting in the back corner of that shop for 20 years.
Yes, I know.
Close to 20 years. I'm gonna get it out of there.
You scalawag.
I'm gonna get it out of there. Get it going for her. It's got a fast hitch on it. Live hydraulics. Nice little tractor.
Scalawag.
But they got what's called a C169 engine. A Super H has got a C165, and a 300's got a C175. But it's got the same size base carburetors like you'd find on an M or a Super H. But it's pretty good. It's a good little tractor. I've got a lot of money in it.
Ah.
By the time I get done, being I bought them sleeves and pistons and new valves and all bearings and all gaskets and all that stuff, I'm gonna probably have about $2,500 in that tractor.
Holy
Yeah.
cowabunga, dude.
Oh no, I couldn't ever sell it and make anything on it.
Whoa. I don't believe you.
Yeah, well, that's about what I'm gonna have in it.
You're a cheap dude. You don't spend that much money on nothing.
So what I'm trying to do right now
Yes.
is put together as much stuff as I can that I don't have to spend any money. I done bought them sleeves and the valves and all this stuff, you know, and I'm lucky I'm able to find it after all these years. It's still, you know, where I left it. But anyway, there goes somebody on a skid steer down the road.
Yeah, I see him. Oh, I think it's one of the Chester boys.
Probably. They got one. Anyway, I got a mother rabbit up there fixing to have babies today. She's making a nest, pulling fur and putting hay in it.
Uh-huh.
And the story I was going to tell.
Yes, I can't
A
remember.
while ago, for supper, I had tame rabbit and potatoes.
Yes, he did.
They was that tree on the house over there.
Uh-huh.
It's gone.
Yes.
Debbie made me promise I wouldn't get up there and chainsaw that
I
off
know,
unless
and you
she
did
was
it,
here.
and you did it
and
anyway.
she was gone for too long,
Well, I
and I
can't help
couldn't
it.
resist. I just got up there and sawed it off. Climbed right up there, didn't have no mishaps or nothing.
You should have fell off
And
the
I
house.
get off, and I'm down there, and somehow I had these little fryer rabbits in a cage, and they got loose.
Uh-huh.
Bunch of little buck rabbits, half a dozen of them, they got loose. Well, there was one of them down there, and he run up in that one little garden spot. And I thought, I'll close that gate and get my net, and I'll catch you. So I went in there, got my net, and I went in there, and this rabbit's running around, and, you know, one-eyed Randall, he's trying to catch this rabbit.
Okay,
with a net.
Mr. McGregor.
And I tripped over a rebar that I drove in there for a pole beam to climb up or something. And I fell, and I hit my shoulder right by that fence. I'd been piling rocks up on that pile of rocks.
At least you didn't fall on that
And
rebar.
When I was hurting real bad, and when I got up, I looked, this elbow, this was over here, down. I dislocated that shoulder.
I'm
It
laughing,
just so
but
happened-
it's sad.
The internet and the phone was out.
I
Had
know.
electricity, no internet, no phone. And that truck right there was the only thing I had that was licensed and insured so that I could drive. And the starter had went out of it. So I didn't have no starter.
I think it was somebody trying to tell
I
you
didn't have
something.
nothing to drive, and I could have walked down to the neighbors.
Yeah, you could have walked
And
to
that
the
little
neighbors.
dog was there, and this shoulder, I mean, it's hurting. So I go over there, and I go up against the corner of that block building, and I think I'm going to do like I seen Mel Gibson do on a video.
Yeah.
Don't run in the building with a dislocated shoulder. That don't work. And boy, does that ever hurt. So I'm in bad pain, and I mean, this is no good.
No, it's no
I
good.
wonder what I'm going to do.
Uh-huh. What are you going to
Well, there's
do?
that post there. So I come up that post, and I twist around. I get that post right there. And I grab this arm, and I shove and push, and it starts moving. I keep on. It's hurting. I keep on till it pops back in, like it's supposed to do. And as soon as it popped in, I sit down on the ground and I cried for an hour.
Poor baby.
Then I happen to remember that dog. He's looking at me and whining, like, what's wrong here, you know? And I happen to remember dentist had given me some pain medicine when I had some teeth pulled, and I'd only took like 1 or 2 of them. And I knew they was in there somewhere. And been a long time ago, more than a year since I had that. So I dug around in there. Debbie wasn't here to find it for me, misfind it. So I dug around there and I found them pain medicine. And I come and took pain medicine, went back there and got in that bed and turned on YouTube and finally that medicine took effect and I fell asleep. And I got up, it was hurting just as bad. And I put my arm in a sling, and I was fooling around out here. No way to get a hold of her or anything. She's up there at Hardy, and I'm down here. And I can't lift this arm up. It still hurts to raise it up very high.
Hey, you did pretty good then.
Yeah, but it's hard to put a shirt on, you know.
I know. I had to help him.
Put the sleeve in first. But I've been using it. I've been chainsawing and everything else. That's been a couple weeks now. And it's going to get better, you know. I know it will. But so I decided, well, I'm going to fix my truck. And I ain't got any, my metric wrenches ain't here because the boy got that Jeep and his front pulley come loose and he got my toolbox full of metric wrenches up there because he didn't have any. So I dig around in all
But he went and bought some and you didn't know it.
I would dig around in all my old tools and I find
one of the two.
I find a socket that's at 25, 30 seconds. It'll fit them bolts on that starter. So I take the tractor and I pull that truck forward on a bunch of ramps till I get it high enough off the ground that I can change the starter. Well, I've got another truck like that, 3/4 ton, 2006. Got a 6.8. Used too much gas, not insurance license. It's over there. But it's got an LS motor in it. So I drive it up on some ramps. And with one arm, I get under and I take that starter off that 2006.
One arm Randy.
Carry it over there and I pull the starter off of this one. And I change the starter. And I get it fixed. And in my messing around there's some transmission lines go back there. I messed around them lines somehow and I had fluid running out on the ground. Transmission fluid.
That's because you're clumsy.
And I can barely see up there where I think it's coming from. And
where are your
I can't get my
binoculars?
hand up there. I don't know how that's rigged up. I ain't never worked on nothing like that. So I get my angle grinder and one arm I grind a hole about this big in the floorboards.
Yes,
on the
he
back
did.
and the side.
On my
On
side.
the transmission tunnel.
Yep.
Peel that back, and you know I'm mad.
Yep.
I peel that back, and
Fix
all
it.
it is, them lines press into a rubber grommet on the side transmission. And I got a little piece of wood and a screwdriver, and I pry on it, push it back in, it stops leaking.
Yay!
Just like that. So I get my truck fixed, boy.
Yay!
And just that, I hadn't got the hood closed on that truck. And she drives up.
Yay! Debbie to the rescue.
But
Here comes Debbie to the
anyway, I'm going to tell you, a dislocated shoulder, that hurts worse than a broke finger.
Oh, boy.
Broke finger hurts pretty bad, you know. But a dislocated shoulder, that's some kind of pain.
Yes,
Anybody that tells you, you know...
I would have helped you put it back. Had you lay on the ground and got the sledgehammer and kablow.
Well, I figured you'd have jumped on me, laid me on the ground and started kicking this over where it needed to go.
No, sledgehammer it.
You beat it with a hammer?
Yes'm.
But it's still working.
I'd have put a board on it first.
But...
And then hit that board. I'd have did like Cassie Bates.
Chasing a tame rabbit.
Well, that's your fault. You're supposed to go here, rabbit, 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 and show it. Or
I like to eat them
you're
tame
supposed
rabbits.
to act like a carrot and let the rabbit come to you.
I dressed 2 of them out today, and Debbie went in there and put them in a skillet and cooked them, and cooked some potatoes up with them. And I went in there and got me some of that, and when I went to get it out of the pan, the meat was falling off the bone.
Fell off the bone.
Anybody that wouldn't like that, there's something wrong with them.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Anyway,
I'm cold.
we're going to say goodbye and good luck to you, and we'll do some kind of video tomorrow.
Yes'm. Even if it's
Yeah.
me tap dancing on Randy's, I don't know, toes. See, I'll tap dance on your toes.
But I done honed them cylinders out.
Okay, well, anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'm going to make Randy shut up because he don't know when to shut up, because he don't know how to shut up.
Goodbye and good luck to you.
Thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a great Tuesday. And we love you here in Arkansas. So, and I hope y'all are doing fine and dandy. And y'all have the greatest of days. Bye.